Back by popular demand, it's finally time to rank all of the Kanto Pokemon I could beat up. The Sinnoh list I did way better than I could have ever imagined, so I thought, why not go all the way back to Gen 1, where I began my Pokemon journey, and see which one of these guys I could punt to the moon. Now, before we get into the tier list, I need to give you guys some information about myself. I'm not a fighter. I've been in 0 fights. It's not a great start for me, but I am a 6'3" person, pretty naturally athletic, big gangly arms, opposable thumbs, and minimal muscle. We're getting out of the pandemic. I've packed on a few pandemic pounds. Maybe that'll help me take a punch or two from these Pokemon. And as I am looking at these Pokemon and sizing them up, I'm doing an eye test with them. I'm not gonna look at their height and their weights. I'm just gonna look at them and say, you know what? Bulbasaur, you are a little toad with a grass bulb on your back. That doesn't make you more intimidating. I'm punting you to the moon, even if it's gonna hurt my feelings. Moving on to Ivysaur, things are getting a little bit scary. I'll put that in We'll See, as Ivysaur doesn't seem like the biggest thing now. Razor Leaf is terrifying, and Vine Whip, he might smack me up and down on the ground, but I'm a big guy. It might be tough for him, and if I can evade the grass, I think we can see what happens when we meet face to face. But Venusaur might just eat me. That is a lost cause, and we're moving on to the Fired Lizard. And while I don't want to be set on fire, this thing goes down if the flame on its tail goes out. So that thing is punted to the moon, because I am not losing to a little lizard that is hanging on by a thread. Charmeleon's a cool guy, and I'm gonna say that's not gonna go great. I'm giving him an edge. It looks like someone who wants to punch me, and that's not a great start for me. And no, I'm not gonna beat a fire-breathing dragon. We're not even gonna play around with that. I'm burnt to a crisp. Moving on to the turtle. I mean, this isn't even a snapping turtle like last time. This is a smiling turtle with a squirrel tail. I'm swinging it around and throwing it to the moon this time. I'm not losing to any of these beginning starters. Moving on to Wartortle, I actually think that's gonna be the first probably. This thing looks overconfident. Its tail is ridiculous. Those ears aren't fearsome. I think I can beat up the slightly bigger turtle here, and this is a giant turtle with tank cannons. Again, I am obliterated. Bye me. Now, this is where my feelings are no longer hurt, because Caterpie, I'm stepping on you. I'm sorry. I know that's mean. I'm stepping on you. Metapod, I'm bashing you on the ground or against a tree. It is what it is. And I don't think I've ever killed a butterfly, because I'm a gentle giant. Yeah, butterflies are beautiful, but I will make an exception for you, Butterfree. Moving on to Weedle. I mean, it might sting me, and I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I am absolutely punting that thing to the moon. Kakuna's gonna look at me with an evil eyes. And honestly, I might enjoy taking that guy out a little bit more. But I am deathly afraid of wasps and hornets, and this is a giant wasp and hornet. I should have made another category for this one, because that is a real life fear come to life. I'm not happy that I'll have a small bird pecking me a lot, but I can take that thing out. I don't think this is gonna go great for me. It's got talons, it's got a beak, it can come from the skies. I'm a simple man, and I'm a big target. I don't think that's gonna go well, and I think Pidgeot, a little bit stronger, is taking me out. I think the flying Pokemon, it's just not a great time for me. I'm punting the rat. I'm punting the rat. I'm a little bit worried about the giant teeth on Raticate, but he's a very rotund rat, right? I feel like if I just punch it in the belly enough times, this thing will go down. I just gotta, avoid a few chomps, get a few punches in, last 6 rounds, and I think I'll get the knockout in the end. That's another tiny bird. Again, I don't want to get pecked, but I'm taking that guy out. Giant beak bird. I'm pretty sure there's like a picture of that thing like stabbing a Poliwhirl. This thing just looks like a garter snake with poison, right? Like I can handle this thing. I mean, I guess it's got the rattle at the end. It's a rattlesnake. It's not that scary. It's gonna try to get me. I'm grabbing the tail, and then Indiana Jones lassoing something and making my great escape. That's the end of me. Honestly, the fight might not happen. The Beedrill, I run away and it catches up with me. This, I just run until I can't run anymore. That is terrifying to see. Pikachu is the mascot, but I'm punting that thing very far. I saw Ash get electrocuted by this guy a lot of times, and he came out alive. so I'm not worried about that. But I'm very worried about Raichu. Not only is that thing gonna be able to electrocute me, that tail is very stabby looking, and I'm scared. He can surf on his tail in Alola. I don't wanna know what he's gonna do this time around. But Sandshrew, come on. You're an adorable little guy, but you roll into a ball. I'm playing kickball with my friends. I'm hitting a home run, one of the most satisfying feelings in the world. Sandshrew is out of here. Sandslash is a spiky ball with claws. I don't think it's that big of a Pokemon. I'm gonna put it at not great. I don't give myself a really big chance here, but Sandslash is not the most fearsome thing we've gone against so far. The two Nidorans I'm putting here, they're really not the scariest two things. Still, I might get poisoned. Hey, maybe they beat me in the long run, but I think the two middle ones I'm putting into Wheel C. Not very big opponents, but actually the horn here, I'm gonna put that there. I think the horn could be an issue. I have a better chance. I don't know why you don't have a nice horn on your head. And then the queen and the king, they might take me out together for sport. I assume that's what they do in their off days, and I don't really want to be a part of it. Clefairy is not really that scary, and it loves the moon. I'm actually going to put you in probably, because Clefairy is excited to be punted to the moon. This is not fair. I win this easily. And Clefable is far too thick for me to be punting to the moon, but I can give it a kick in the butt. It has little angel wings and it can soar to the moon, and I think that's my way to sneak away with a victory, even though I probably shouldn't be able to beat Clefable. But I think they love the moon more than they hate me. Vulpix is a very adorable fox. I'm gonna put this in probably. In real life, I don't think I want to mess with a fox. I think I could beat up a fox, but I don't really want to go out of my way to try. Now, if the fox was going after my tiny dog, the fox is done. Never mind. I'm actually angry. Vulpix, I'm seeing red. Vulpix is looking at my tiny Chiweenie dog. That's right. My dog is half Chihuahua, half Dachshund, and they call that a Chiweenie. It's a very sad dog. I will protect her with my life, and the Vulpix is looking at her like prey. That is the end of the Vulpix. I'm still seeing red. Ninetales should take me out easily. It's now in Wheel C. I got that Chiweenie dad strength. It doesn't matter. No one is harming my dog. Nobody. You are a balloon. I will pop you. That is that. You are a fat balloon. I'm still going to pop you. I am not losing a fight to a balloon Pokemon. I'm actually gonna put Zubat in probably. I don't know, bats are kind of freaky. I'm not like scared of bats, but they're just freaky animals. I don't know, but they are blind. So actually I'm gonna grab his little, what are these, legs maybe, and smack him back and forth. I think I can take that guy out. Golbat, most of his body is a mouth. I feel like he's just going to try and eat my face, and that is terrifying. So I'm gonna put that in not great. I'm gonna weed this out of my garden, and that's gonna be the end of that. Gloom hates everything about life. I'm just not that worried. Now, maybe it hates me more than it hates life currently, and things can get a little bit dicey for me, but I'm not too worried. Vileplume, I'm gonna put not great. My only chance is it's asleep like it is in Pokemon Snap, the original one, and I get the sneak attack. Otherwise, I think Vileplume is doing something really, really bad with the toxic spores coming out of there. And speaking of toxic spore, we got Parasect, who I am stepping on. That is the end of that. And this thing, I think we're gonna put in Wheel C. I've messed with a lot of hermit crabs before. Not killed them, but like picked them up and like, hey, it's a hermit crab. I'm gonna put you in my sandcastle. And while this is much bigger, I feel like I could get on its back and I would be fine, but it could put me to sleep. And that's the Wheel C. So I need to find a way to not be put asleep when I see the Parasect. But it's just not that intimidating. So if I could get a nice, wind up for the kick, field goal through the uprights, I got a Super Bowl ring and Parasect is gone. This is another kickball looking Pokemon. It is very gone. Venomoth, that is a poisonous big moth. I think I have to put that in Wheel C. Moths are not very intimidating. A big one might be a little bit scarier, but it's really relying on like sleep powder and stun spore and all of that stuff. And that's one miss away from me obliterating the moth. It's only 75% accurate, and if it's not 100% A.
Oh, come on!
Diglett, I think this one's gone. I'm not going to be punting him, but I mean, his only chance is to pop up and like hit my foot, but I'm a big guy, right? I feel like he's going to hit my foot. It's going to pop up and be like, hey, that's annoying. And the other foot then kicks it very hard. Doug Trio probably goes into probably, because they have 3 and I only have 2 feet. I'm just not too worried about that, right? Like, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my Spidey senses. I don't have Spidey senses. I'm gonna use my John senses. I'm gonna know when he's coming up. I'm gonna jump into the air, I can't do a backflip. I'm gonna run really fast. It doesn't know where to pop up. When it does pop up, I run over and I kick it. Or it's just gonna hit my feet perfectly and send me into orbit. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not losing to a cat focused on money and money only. I'm either paying the cat off or I'm punting it. And if I could pay this cat off, I can probably pay this one off. So we'll see. I mean, if it is on the table of the punting or paying off Meowth, maybe with enough money we can get Persian off my back, and that's a draw in the fighting realm. I'm fine with that. This duck is a mess, and it's also punted very far away. I'm not worried about that. And Gold Duck, I'm actually gonna put in not great. That's a standing big duck with psychic abilities. That is terrifying. I think Mankey absolutely could beat me up. Now, I think it's small enough that I could get a lucky hit in and take it out in 1 kick or 1 punch, but that is a scary monkey, and Primeape is absolutely just destroying me. I may become its new punching bag once this fight is over. It may continue punching me well until this is over. That is terrifying. Growlithe, I'm gonna put into We'll See. I mean, come on, it's Growlithe. He's an adorable little dog. He's a fire dog. I don't know if I have it in me. My sister has a greyhound, and that thing is like a mini horse. I don't know. Actually, I don't think I could win a fight against that dog. That thing is huge. So if this thing is bigger than I expect, it's over. And God, this isn't even a discussion. Arcanine is ruining me. Ruining me. Moving on, we got Poliwag. I'm sorry, Poliwag. I love tadpoles. I could not lose a fight to a tadpole. Poliwhirl, I'll put into probably. It looks so easy to fight and beat, and I think I'm getting overconfident at this point, which this is the one where I think I can win easily, but I'm pretty sure my overconfidence would be my undoing. Poliwrath is beating me senseless. There's no point in talking to that. Abra can't do anything except teleport places. I think its only chance is tiring me out after teleporting for like 10 hours straight, but even then it's got paper thin defenses. I think a half-hearted punch has taken this guy out. Kadabra's taken me out. Alakazam has taken me out. They're gonna distract me with a spoon, with spoon magic, you see, and I'm gonna be like, whoa. Do it again, and then they're gonna break my mind with psychic powers. I don't even want to imagine the atrocities they would commit against me. Machop I'll put into probably. I feel like, no, I don't feel. I know Machop's punches are gonna be more powerful than mine, but he's still a little guy, and I don't think he's gonna be winning this, right? He might get a few good punches in, but what if I just put my hand on his head and he's just swinging around and he's not able to get to me? I think I get that done. Let's quickly move past Machoke and Machamp to preserve my my dignity. I'm not losing a Bellsprout. That's another one where I take it and then thwack, whack, whack. Whack. Weeping Bell is a floating plant that may try to eat me, but it doesn't have fangs like Weeping Bell, so I think that's a we'll see. And Victory Bell could actually just eat me fully, and that's, I don't think I'm gonna be able to win against the floating plant that can eat me. I've caught a lot of small jellyfish before in my days. Now, I've learned to not catch the jellyfish because they're very fragile, or as some say, fragile, so you don't want to do that in real life. But if I've, you know, caught many jellyfish and not been worried, even been stung by poisonous jellyfish that weren't too poisonous, but I was still fine, I can absolutely kill this thing. It'll be easy. This is killing me, and it's probably going to be unbearably horrible. Like, I think I'm gonna go down either in a lot of pain or maybe it stabs me with little stabby things where its mouth seems to be. Floating rock, I'm going to trick the floating rock. Like, oh, we're gonna dance in a circle. We're having a good time, right? And then I'm gonna take its hands and bop, 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 bop. Geodude doesn't look like he has big muscles, right? He's looking like me coming out of quarantine. I just got a lot of mass on the small floating rock. Graveler saw what I did to his buddy, and Graveler is a giant boulder that I'm pretty sure could squish and kill me. And Golem, I mean, if Graveler's squishing and killing me, Golem is squishing and killing me. That just is what it is. I don't think I could beat a horse in a fight. Now, this looks like a baby horse, but it's also a baby horse on fire. So I think let's just cut to the chase. The baby horse on fire is taking me out. And the baby, or not the baby, the unicorn on fire is absolutely taking me out. Slowpoke is not doing anything to me in a fight. Now, I'm not going to be able to punt this thing, so I'm going to put it into probably, because there's a lot of mass on Slowpoke, right? I don't know how easy it would be to take him out, but Slowbro. I don't think I have the strength to take Slowbro out. And like, I can't win this fight. I don't even want to think about how it beats me in the fight. This thing's a magnet. I am absolutely punting it to the moon. I understand that it's made of metal. This thing is not going to win. And they say 3 brains are better than 1, but this is my plan here. I'm going to tell the magnet on the left rumors about the magnet on the right. The one on the left is really angry, starts fighting with the right. The one on top is trying to make peace, doesn't see me coming out. Same thing, unscrewing things, putting magnets where they don't belong. I think I take out the Magneton. But if that didn't work, I think they probably just electrocute me and I die. But if I can get in their heads, I think I have a good shot there. Farfetch'd. It's a dumb bird with a stick. I know it's called a leak, but I refuse to lose to Farfetch. Doduo, I think that's not great. That thing is much faster than me, and then it can just peck me to death very quickly. I don't want to talk about what that one does. Though on principle, I'm beating Seal in a fight. This is one of the laziest Pokemon ever made. It is a seal with a tiny horn on its head. And Dugong, I don't think I could beat you in a fight, most likely. But my anger at your inclusion into the Pokedex, I think, is going to give me the strength I need to absolutely beat you one-on-one. And you know what? Hey, I'll just get out of the water. What are you gonna do? Just, you know, move slowly on land over to me? Try to hit me with a beam of ice? No. Toxic Sludge, I'm gonna put this into not great. I don't know how I could actually beat Toxic Sludge in a battle unless I ran really far because it couldn't catch me and then it like fell down like a storm drain. And I'm actually gonna put Muck in the same spot because if I can beat Grimer because it just gets stuck somewhere, I think I can beat Muck. I don't think I'm doing much, but I can outsmart them. I still have my big brain up here. So I'm gonna put them in not great as I feel like I can maybe make my way through it. I'm gonna beat Sheldor. Yeah, I'm either punting that thing, and I don't really want to say it, but maybe just Shell. Now, that being said, Cloyster is obliterating me. I mean, it's gonna clamp me shut. It has a horn on its head. It's got a bunch of crazy attacks. Like, it's not great for me. And you know what? I don't know how I beat a ghost. I think I just lose to the ghosts. First of all, oh my God, ghosts are real. I'm having a panic attack. Tears are streaming down my face. Maybe they just haunt me for the rest of my days, but they're gonna get the last laugh. I don't understand how me, a human, could beat a ghost in a fight. Rock Snake is beating me up. I think Drowsy is a little bit heftier than I would imagine. So I'm gonna put it into Wheel C. I think this is in the category of like Raticate where I just gotta punch it in the belly a bunch of times. But I don't know, I'm a little worried about taking that down. And Hypno creeps me out. Hypno has committed some really awful acts in its day. So I'm on to that long list of things Hypno has done. I'm beating up the small crab. I'm absolutely beating up the small crab. I've caught so many crabs in my life. I've walked through seaweed trying to find crabs. I probably stepped on crabs. I'm not happy if I have, but I'm not losing to Krabby. Kingler is a bigger crab, which is kind of scary, but crabs can only go left to right. You know, they don't have the biggest range of movement, but this thing is terrifying. So I'm gonna put into not great, but I do think if I can, you know, really learn its movements, I might be able to get something going, but we'll have to see. Sentient Pokeball. I'm gonna put that into Wheel C. I think there's a chance if the electricity doesn't take me out that I can bowl this thing off a cliff. And that's the end of that. Electrode is terrifying. He's gonna give me this evil grin and then absolutely electrocute me, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy to say this, but I'm stepping on the eggs. I'm sorry, everyone who loves Execute. I'm stepping on the eggs. One of them is already broken. Maybe I egg someone's house. Maybe I egg the wrong house and then Executor comes out and takes me out because I egged it with its children, which is horrifying to think about, but this is life or death. I need to defend myself here. Cubone, oh, this is a truly awful one because I'm definitely taking the bone with it and I'm beating the Cubone senseless with the bone, which feels incredibly wrong. And that will quickly be changed as the Marowak can do the same thing to me. Now, I believe Marowak's probably stronger than me, but if I can get a hand on, no, actually, no, I take that back. Just rewind. Diddly-diddly-diddly-doo. Marowak's got scrawny arms. I'm a big lanky guy. It's probably stronger than me, but I think there's a real chance I take that bone away. And then what's Marowak gonna do to me? Try to, you know, run into me with its skull head? No, I'm gonna smack it in the legs. Just start whacking its knee. It's gonna fall down, and then I'm gonna whack it with the bone a bunch until it's beaten senseless. Nope. No way. Nope. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I'm not. What am I gonna do? Beat up Lickitung? It's gonna grab me with its tongue and just, what a horrible way to go out. That's just not working. I think I can beat up Coughing. I mean, you know, pollution, whatnot, not great, but like, I've been to a big city before. I can handle being close to the fumes, and it looks so nice to punt, but also so nice to punch. They're giving you a bullseye. I think that's easy. And Wheezing, I'll probably put in a not great. I don't know if I'd be able to take that thing out. It does have the scary teeth there, but maybe I can confuse it like a Magneton, and then I can, you know, get some punches in. And that being said, these guys are stupider than Magneton, so I actually think we put into We'll See. I'm not beating a Rock Rhino. I'm not beating a bigger Rock Rhino. It's simply not happening. Chansey is gonna be a probably. I think my one chance, and a pretty good chance, is to break its egg. One of two things will happen. Well, actually, one of three things. One, the egg is its lifeblood, and without the egg, it cannot survive. Two, without the egg, it is distraught and it doesn't know how to move forward, and I can just get some punches in for a while. Three, I break the egg, gets really angry, and it takes me out. But considering that Chansey has a -5 defense, I do have faith that my punches are really gonna land on this. Small spaghetti monster, I'm gonna put into probably. I don't know what's hiding under the spaghetti, but I think I could probably punt it before I have to find out. My only chance would be to get the little Kangaskhan out of there early, but I think doing that would get Mama Kangaskhan to kill me. And I think without doing anything to the baby, Mama Kangaskhan would kill me. I don't think there's a situation where Mama Kangaskhan is not killing me. I'm beating up the seahorse. They are tiny and not intimidating. And you know what? I am absolutely beating you up too, Seadro. For some reason, this thing has always, to me, looked like a male Pokemon. The males are the ones that carry the babies. And I see his pouch. He's got babies. I'm punching his belly. He's freaking out, and I'm taking you out very quickly. And even without that, it's just not that intimidating of a Pokemon. Oh my god. Why did Gen 1 have multiple Pokemon that were just animals with a horn glued on its head? Goldeen and Seaking. I had a goldfish that looked exactly like Seaking. Goldeen is even smaller. I'm beating these two up, and I will not hear anything else about the subject. Stario, I'm a little bit worried, can fly into the air and cut me in two, and it has psychic powers, which is a little bit scary, and Starmie can absolutely do all of the things. This is a surprise one. Usually you think Starfish, I can get this out of there. I've seen it flying around in Pokemon Snap, and again, you got the tactical advantage in the air. I'm worried. Hypno's done some bad things in its time. I don't think Mr. Mime has committed as many crimes as Hypno, but I don't trust the Mime. And this thing is kind of people-sized with psychic powers. He's just... And then all of a sudden there's a wall. Maybe he does that around me. I'm like, get me out! Or you can't hear me, just... I mean, then he can just do whatever he wants to me. It's over. I'm cutting 2. Simple as that. Jinx, I feel like goes in the category of Mr. Mime. I mean, you know, you take away the psychic powers and the ice powers, I win that fight easy, but we're not taking those away. So maybe if I somehow get a lucky punch, I'm good to go, but I just, it doesn't feel great. Nope. 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 Hey, something I can beat up. And this list is actually getting a little, gotta scroll up. We gotta get the Magikarp up here because I can absolutely punt the Magikarp to the moon. I mean, it's a Pokemon that can't do things until it evolves. It is made for a list like this. You were made for a list like this. You are like a dinosaur looking thing. That's not great. This one's interesting. This is the most we'll see possible. It's going to turn into me, and then I'm having a fist fight with me. I think the only advantage I would have against me is that I would get a punch in as it's transforming, so I get the first punch. So after that, I don't know. It's just it's a free for all. Which John wins? Who knows? Eevee is definitely going to be easy. It's an adorable little guy that's only really known for its evolutions. I know it eventually got like adaptability. I'm still not worried. And then the three evolutions are doing very mean things to me. You, I'm actually gonna put into not great. I do love Vaporeon, but it's not like the most intimidating thing. Jolteon is unreasonably fast and powerful with like spiky things. It's not gonna go well, and Angry Firefox, that's not great. I don't understand what Porygon would be in the real world. I'm gonna put this in a not great. I genuinely have no read on what the heck Porygon would even be, but I'm just gonna assume it's not gonna go great. You went extinct for a reason. So, bye-bye. You know, you also went extinct, a little bit scarier. Actually, no, you went extinct for a reason. You have some scary things, but come on, that little squishy underbelly. I just don't punch a spike and I'm fine. You, again, went extinct for a reason. And we all know Kabutops is really, you know, one step away from being Genesect. So maybe Genesect takes me out. Maybe it's Scythe taking me out. It's not good for me. You are an ancient, scary rock bird. Are you kidding me? I'm gone. This thing could fall on me. You're a legendary ice bird. You're a legendary spiky electric bird. You're a legendary fire bird. And you're just a cute little water snake. So water snake, I'm actually gonna put you into probably. You are a baby of a pseudo-legendary, so maybe you got something up your sleeves, but I'm pretty sure the Dratini's getting beat up. I think that thing's gonna squeeze me like a really scary big snake. Dragonite's very nice, but I'm not gonna beat up a dragon. I don't want to talk about what Mewtwo will do to me. And it would be incredibly disrespectful to say that Mew would not take me out, considering it can learn almost any single move. But that's gonna be the list. We got a lot more Pokemon and punted to the moon than I would have expected, and honestly, maybe too many. But you know what? I'm feeling pretty good about my chances against a lot of these. And I actually feel like in this hypothetical, I'm coming out pretty good. I think I can win a lot of fights against these Gen 1 Pokemon. Hey, feel free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments and let me know which generation I should try to beat up next, but that's for next time, so hey, we'll see.